Thank you for joining us in Gothic's Tales. Today's tale is about Gothic and the Library of Lost Names. Gothic felt the familiar pull, a ghostly tug on her soul. It was the Library of Lost Names, calling her once more into its shadowed depths. Tonight, the urgency in its call was almost deafening, a symphony of forgotten whispers. The Library of Lost Names existed between realities, a nexus where forgotten souls lingered. Its shelves held books bound not in leather but in pure light, each volume a life unremembered. Tonight, Gothic knew, someone desperately needed her help to be remembered. As she walked the silent aisles, the air grew heavy with forgotten memories. Whispers brushed her ears, fragments of lives lived and lost. Each step echoed in the vast emptiness, a lonely dance with the forgotten. Suddenly, a book fell from a high shelf, landing with a soft thud at her feet. It pulsed with a dim, desperate light, weaker than the others. This was the soul she sought, a whisper lost in the storm of oblivion. She reached for the book, her fingers brushing against its shimmering cover. A jolt of energy surged through her, a torrent of memories not her own. The forgotten soul cried out, desperate for recognition. Images flooded her mind. A young woman with fiery red hair, laughter echoing in a sunlit garden, and then the chilling grip of despair as memories faded like dying embers. The name flickered faintly on the book's cover. Ilara. A name almost lost to time, a soul teetering on the edge of oblivion. Gothic knew what she had to do. She closed her eyes, focusing her energy, channeling the power of her amulet. The library responded, the air shimmering with untold possibilities, offering her a path. She closed her eyes, focusing her energy, channeling the power of her amulet. The library responded, the air shimmering with untold possibilities, offering her a path. Gothic opened her eyes, her gaze filled with determination. She had to find someone who remembered Ilara, someone who could anchor her to the world of the living. She stepped through the shimmering gateway, the marketplace vision solidifying around her. The sense of spices and flowers filled the air, a symphony of life surrounding her. Lost in the crowd, she felt a pull, a faint echo of recognition. An old woman selling flowers looked at her with knowing eyes, a flicker of memory in her gaze. "Ilara," the old woman whispered, her voice raspy with age. "I remember her laughter, her fiery spirit. She loved these flowers." A wave of energy surged through Gothic, stronger this time. Ilara's spirit flickered brighter, her presence solidifying in the world. Ilara's translucent form took shape, her fiery red hair shimmering in the sunlight. She smiled at the old woman, a tear tracing a path down her cheek. "Thank you," Ilara whispered, her voice like the chime of distant bells. "Thank you for remembering me." Gothic smiled, her heart filled with warmth. She had succeeded. Another soul was saved from the oblivion of forgotten memories. Ilara turned to Gothic, her eyes filled with gratitude. "I can feel myself returning," she said, "becoming whole again." A faint golden light enveloped Ilara, her form becoming more substantial. The whispers of oblivion receded, replaced by the vibrant symphony of life. Gothic knew her task was complete. Ilara was no longer lost, no longer a whisper in the wind. She was home. With a gentle smile, Gothic turned and stepped back towards the shimmering gateway, ready to return to the Library of Lost Names. The library beckoned, its silent shelves awaiting her return. She knew other souls were waiting, lost in the shadows, needing her light. As she stepped back into the library, the fallen book of Ilara's life shimmered, then gently floated back to its place on the shelf, its light now bright and strong. Gothic knew her journey was far from over. As long as there were forgotten souls, the library would call, and she would answer. Her purpose was eternal. And so, Gothic continued her vigil, a shadow walker between worlds, a beacon of hope for the forgotten, forever bound to the Library of Lost Names. Thank you for visiting us, and please like, subscribe and even comment. We would be happy to hear from you.